the Titans, the Mount Rushmore of players we all know the names of. Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers. Then there are the Giants hoping to join this group. Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. Nonetheless, you can't forget about these new guys hoping to dethrone everything those that came before them created and blaze their own trail into NFL history. Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Mac Jones. Men that won't let you forget who they are. And if you do, they'll be more than happy to remind you. This is the show where we'll talk about all those legacies and so much more. We'll follow these storylines from the beginning of the season all the way to the climax of the Super Bowl. We'll see giants fall and watch new men who you never expected to take over stand tall. Through adversity and victory, the NFL has it all, and we'll cover every minute of it here. No buts about it.
Welcome back to another episode of No Buts About It. I am in Steubenville, Ohio. Chus is in his basement in Pittsburgh, and we're not watching the Pro Bowl because it's kind of stupid. And
yeah, I mean, I wasn't planning on watching it. The Grammys are on tonight, and I want to watch the Grammys.
I don't want to watch the Grammys either, so I'm not going to watch the Grammys. I'm only watching the NASCAR Clash exhibition race because there's nothing else to watch, and so I bet on it to make it entertaining for myself, but my favorite racer isn't even racing in it. But no, actually, I don't know if you saw this. Josh Jacobs said that he hates the new Pro Bowl format. He said, "This shit is stupid." That was his exact quote when asked about how he liked the Pro Bowl format. And I don't think Chus has any audio. He can't. Yeah, okay. So while he figures that out, he just left. I kind of agree with him. I don't like the new format. It's a flag football game, which is basically what the Pro Bowl was already, because obviously none of these guys want to tackle each other and risk getting hurt. But they're just all hanging around. I just miss the days of when, like, see who can throw the furthest, see who can run the fastest, see who can make the coolest catch, those types of things. I don't know why we can't go back to that. None of the players seem to want to play. Most of the quarterbacks kind of just dropped out, and so it's just, yeah, even Jordan Schultz responded. He said, "No lies detected." The Pro Bowl is dumb now, and that's why we're recording today, because we have nothing else to do. Well, okay, now that Chus is back, can you hear me? I can't hear you. He's throwing up hand signals like he's trying to land a plane. But yeah, the Pro Bowl, stupid. Not going to watch it. Other news is Joe Mixon is not going to be arrested right now, which is good for the Bengals. All the charges were dropped for now, but the prosecutors can refile if they get evidence that says they should, basically, was what I heard. And then Aaron Rodgers. So the whole Aaron Rodgers thing, and I told Chus this is going to be the drama of the offseason again, is going to be Aaron Rodgers. If you've been following the show for a long time, it was what we talked about last season. And according to Pro Football Talk, the Raiders were counting on Tom Brady to be available in free agency. He was not, or he's not, obviously, because he retired. And it seems like they're going to pivot to Aaron Rodgers, but they don't have as much optimism that they can land him. And I think that that's interesting because the Jets seemed like they were pretty certain that they were going to get Aaron Rodgers, possibly with the understanding that the Raiders were going to go after Tom Brady. They were like, okay, Raiders going after Tom Brady. We're going to go after Aaron Rodgers. Everything will be okay. Obviously, the Packers kind of have the high card right now. They can kind of make the decisions for the rest of the NFL regarding Aaron Rodgers. Raiders have Devontae Adams, who Aaron Rodgers liked playing with and was one of Devontae's probably a Hall of Fame wide receiver or well on his way to becoming one. And I just think it would be kind of cool to see him back in Las Vegas. But I'd also kind of want to see him in the New York Jets uniform as well. I I don't know, honestly. It's a whirlwind of rumors at this point regarding Aaron Rodgers and surrounding Aaron Rodgers. And I don't know if he's going to be. Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Yay! Chus is
But
back.
my echo cancellation isn't on though, so that's gonna be bad.
Oh, well, no, you'll be fine. We'll live with it. Hopefully when I normalize the audio, everything will be good. So I was just talking about how Aaron Rodgers, the Raiders were expecting that they were going to get Tom Brady in free agency, but now they're not, obviously, due to him retiring on his 100K sandy beach. I don't know if you saw that. People are buying sand on eBay from that spot for 100K. But-
Yeah, I actually did see that. People are crazy about it right now. It's crazy.
Yeah, but so the Raiders thought they were going to get Tom Brady, which may have been why the Jets thought they were going to get Aaron Rodgers. And now the Raiders are going after Aaron Rodgers with Devontae. So where do you think Aaron will end up?
I guess Vegas. I mean, there's really no other really good option for him because a lot of these teams want either younger quarterbacks or somebody that's either in their point of range where the quarterback is within like a decent range, like early 30s, mid 30s at most. Most of these teams aren't looking for a quarterback that's going to be like close to retiring, like 40. I mean, I think Green Bay, I think Green Bay, even though they may say that they don't want him or if Aaron Rodgers doesn't want to return or whatnot, I think they're still going to try to make a push for him because, I mean, Aaron Rodgers has been the guy for Green Bay for so many years. But also, I know Green Bay would want to run with like a younger new quarterback and stuff. And
Jordan Love.
I mean, Jordan Love doesn't look bad, but
Yes,
I mean,
he does. Don't lie to the fans.
he doesn't. I mean, he hasn't really had the greatest opportunities, but he's been kind of thrown in. So I mean, if you give him time to develop, he could be a good quarterback. It's just like any of these younger quarterbacks. I mean, like I've said, Trevor Lawrence wasn't good his first year. Tua Tagovailoa wasn't necessarily great his first year, and then I mean, he wasn't phenomenal this year either with all the injuries and stuff. But you can't really blame that on him. It's health related, and concussions and all that stuff is really scary. But I mean, it's definitely be interesting to see where he goes. I mean, I think the only logical places are Vegas and staying in Green Bay because I don't think unless he goes to like Tampa or something because Tampa just wants to run with all these old quarterbacks now where they're like, oh yeah, we had Tom Brady, so we might as well go for Aaron Rodgers. And then when Aaron Rodgers retires, they go for like some other old quarterback at the time, depending on when Aaron Rodgers retires. And if that old quarterback is looking to find a new team, going to go to Tampa. But it really depends because Tampa might really want to run with like a fresh new quarterback, like off the draft or something like that, because they're going to need a quarterback too. But I don't think Green Bay, or I don't think Aaron Rodgers, I should say, is going to go there. I mean, I guess it would only make sense for Vegas or staying in Green Bay.
So no New York?
What, the Jets or the Giants?
The Jets.
No, I don't really think it would be logical for the Jets to bring in Aaron Rodgers. I just don't. I mean, they have potential for at least one of their quarterbacks, and I don't mean Zach Wilson. I mean, I think Mike White is okay. So, I mean, none of them have played consistently, but if you can at least develop them and not swap them all around for the next 12, 18 weeks, where you're like, oh yeah, this week we're going to start Zach Wilson, and then next week we're going to start Mike White, and then next week we're going to start our third string quarterback. Like if you don't do that and you just let one of the quarterbacks cook, eventually you're going to see how well they do or don't. I mean, you're going to have to eventually take a season's trial and error. I mean, it's just how it is. Like every team did it. Jacksonville did it last year. Miami did it last year. Pittsburgh did it this year. Sometimes you just got to go with a trial and error and see how it goes because you can't really just kind of bank on the idea that, oh, old quarterbacks are just going to save us, because then eventually like those young quarterbacks, they get cold and then they may not be the same player if they haven't developed for that year and stuff. Because that's why it's like right now is important, because if you want to develop a young quarterback, you want to at least give them a year right out of college and then start them, or have them start like as soon as you can, or at least get them some reps. Because like Patrick Mahomes sat behind Alex Smith his first year, and then he went in and just started immediately after that. So, but he ended up being who he is now. But like, it's one of those things where it's like you can't let them sit. Like if you think Mike White could be the future, or even if the Jets think Zach Wilson could be the future, like you want to at least give them reps. And Aaron Rodgers is going to want all the playing time, so it's going to be tough.
Well, Mike White is a free agent right now, I believe. And the Jets have said that they are keeping Zach Wilson, at least in a backup capacity. They don't plan to trade him. And I mean, the Jets right now, they've had a good draft so far. I mean, you got Sauce Gardner, dog. Brees Hall, dog. Garrett Wilson, dog. Elijah Moore, he's a Chihuahua, but he's still a dog.
Okay. Weird analogy, but okay, we'll take that.
It wasn't. I mean, I feel like he can grow out of the Chihuahua phase. But what I saw from Elijah Moore a lot this season was not a lot of production and a lot of like talking to the media. It was a lot of like, you know, he was loud and kind of obnoxious like a Chihuahua, but he wasn't really producing.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think he's a very talented player.
I mean, yeah, we'll see how he develops. I mean, you got to give players time, because I mean, you can't just jump the gun and be like, oh, this player's butt or this player's good or something like that. Because like Brock Purdy, for example, like I think he's a good quarterback, but also if they're gonna run with him next year and start him, then we're really gonna see how Brock Purdy is, because like you can't base it on a team that was already hot. You throw him in there and then he runs through it. Now, granted, Brock Purdy looks really good, and we've already talked about the fact that that whatever his name was, Greg Johnson, is that what his name was?
Trey Lance?
No, the fourth string quarterback that went in for the
Josh Johnson.
Josh Johnson. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know all of my fourth string.
Respect on Josh Johnson's name.
Sorry, I didn't know that he was vitally important at this phase in time. Nothing against him, but it's just one of those things where it's like I don't think about Josh Johnson when I think about the 49ers. I mean, most people, when they think of like any of these teams, they think of their starting quarterbacks. And like most people were still running on Brock Purdy, which I think Brock Purdy will be a good quarterback, but it'll really say a lot about how the season goes this coming year when the 49ers start Brock Purdy, if they do end up running with him, which they said that they probably would. And then from there, we can determine how much Brock Purdy is. But that kind of goes into like the Mike White situation and like all these other quarterbacks and stuff. Like you kind of want to give them a year to really see. But if you don't give them at least like 10 games to start, you're really never going to know. Except like some guys that you don't really know, like Malik Willis. I mean, like obviously from
he's
Malik
not
Willis,
good.
Yeah, from Malik Willis, like it's like Malik Willis and Nate Peterman are like my two prime examples. Like Malik Willis started 2 games. He won 1 game against Houston. And then he lost, or he went in for a game and like threw like multiple picks. He did awful for one of them. I don't remember what game it was. And then Nate Peterman in his first starting game for the Bills, maybe, he threw 5 interceptions in the first half. So, and now he's not doing anything anymore. So, I mean, he's a third string quarterback in Chicago as of right now, but it's one of those things where it's like there's some quarterbacks immediately that aren't going to be material, that are going to be the men in uniform to get you to a Super Bowl or to a successful year or something like that. But yeah, I think there's a lot to say. There's just way too much to say, not enough time.
Yeah. Speaking of Nathan Peterman, he's a former Pitt quarterback, right?
Yes.
Pitt took an L last night at the concert I was at.
Pitt took an L?
Pitt took an L, in my opinion. So, Charles Wesley Godwin, I believe he's from West Virginia, from a town near Pittsburgh.
Okay, well there you go. If he's already from West Virginia, then we already kind of know where this is going.
Okay, so I'm at Stage AE, sold out show, West Virginia hats everywhere, and in between every act, the crowd started chanting "Eat shit, Pitt," and the singers kept like egging them on. They're like, "Come on, bring it, bring it, bring it!" And all the Pitt fans could, I assume they were Pitt fans, all they could kind of think to yell back was "You're in Pitt," which we all knew, but
So, okay, who's this artist?
Charles Wesley Godwin, great show by the way,
Charles Wesley Godwin.
phenomenal show. He didn't play my favorite song though, so I was a little disappointed in that. 9.5 out of 10. It'd be a 10 out of 10 if he had played my favorite show or song.
So Charles is from West Virginia, as you said. There's really no Wikipedia page on him. He was born in Morgantown, West Virginia, which is where West Virginia is from, which is where the University of West Virginia is. So that's one thing. Pitt versus West Virginia in football, we beat them.
Yeah, but I'm talking about last night. I'm talking about in crowd consensus. Their fans showed up.
Their fans showed up.
Yeah, 2,300.
Well, in fairness to that, Morgantown, West Virginia is about an hour away from Pittsburgh, so it's about the same distance you traveled to go see him in Pittsburgh. I would say, since he is a hometown boy and he didn't probably go to Morgantown, West Virginia for his show, they probably all traveled up to go see him.
Yep.
And that would be like if like some stud Pittsburgh guy, I don't know, Mac Miller, was performing in Akron, Ohio.
Well, if Mac Miller was performing, I'd go to that concert.
I know, but like a lot of Pittsburgh people would travel up to Akron to go see Mac Miller. Rest up, Mac Miller. But that's like one of the only. I mean, like Wiz Khalifa, I don't feel like has that much of a demand to use him in a situation. But like Mac Miller would be the best way to describe the situation. As for Pitt and West Virginia, Pitt versus West Virginia basketball, West Virginia did beat us pretty badly at the beginning of the season, 81-56. West Virginia basketball currently, if I'm not wrong, are doing pretty well
I love the copium.
Pitt. No, actually, Pitt is doing better than West Virginia in basketball as well.
No, you're
West Virginia is 14-9, and Pitt basketball, I believe, is 15-6. Or maybe that's a little off. I think that's a little off. Pitt basketball.
I knew this had nothing to do with football, but I knew that you would react this way, and that's why I did it on the show.
Yeah, Pitt basketball is actually 16-7. But so and we also I think in gymnastics Pitt beat West Virginia. So I mean, West Virginia can like talk about all the garbage that they want about eating shit or whatever, but in the end, L ratio, you entered Pitt and your team still are mid.
Gymnastics. You went to gymnastics.
Yeah. Hey man, I just saw it. I'm a big Pitt fan. I just saw it was like Pitt wrestling won 2 days ago, and then Pitt gymnastics I think won in the backyard brawl, or vice versa, which backyard brawl is West Virginia University.
I'll give it to him. I'll give them to him. They got the fans.
Yeah, it's not necessarily a coping mechanism. If anything, it's just me stating some facts. I wish nothing but the best for West Virginia, except for the fact that I wish them a season in which they do so good, but yet so short of tournaments. West Virginia bowl game. I
want you to get right there and then fail miserably.
West Virginia bowl score.
You know who is taking copium? Every NFL fan on Twitter that isn't a Bengals fan. Like, I've seen all these mock trades involving T. Higgins. The dumbest one I've seen so far, I retweeted. Let me pull it up here. It was from a Bears account. Yep. It's from the Bears blog. The Bengals would get the first pick, and that's it. the Bears would get T. Higgins, pick 29, Bengals second rounder, and the Bengals first rounder for next year.
Why would they do that?
That's what I said. And I the person who sent it to me, I'm not gonna say his name, but I said, let's see, he sent it to me. I said, nope. A, we aren't gonna trade T. B, we aren't gonna trade our future with T. He was like, huh? You're getting one. You're getting like the number 1 pick. I just don't have that much trade value on the number 1 pick. I would much rather keep T. Higgins than trade the number 1 pick. The only guy
I mean, if you can't afford him, I mean, you're gonna have to trade him.
I think we can though. The only guy I'd want to trade if we have to trade someone is Joe Mixon.
Also, L ratio to West Virginia again being 5-7 in football play. And not only that, but yes, West Virginia did beat us, but they're also 3-7 in their conference and more than likely could not make the tournament this year. In ACC play, Pitt is 9-3 with an overall record of 16-7. So I don't know, man. You can't eat shit whenever you're better than the competition. So, but continue about your Bears talk.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's not necessarily Bears talk. It's just this one Bears fan with, how many followers does he have? More than me. I'll give him that. 42.3 thousand followers is posting this. And 36% of people voted yes. 64% of people voted no, probably because they realize it's stupid. But, yeah, I don't know why. I'm not going to trade Joe Mixon to the Bears.
Joe Mixon to the Bears.
I'm not. Unless it's like somehow the Bears are like, yeah, we'll take Joe Mixon for the number 1 overall pick, which I don't know.
I was going to say, don't the Bears have like an okay running back situation? Like, don't they have David Montgomery?
They do.
I don't necessarily
That's why
think
it's like,
they
I don't think
need
they're
a
going to
running
do that.
back.
I don't think they're going to do that.
I mean, T. Higgins kind of makes more sense because Chase Claypool's their wide receiver 1 right now, or he's in the lineup and he's supposed to be like this stud, but he's not doing anything. But like, I don't think Joe Mixon would fix it.
They're acting but this Bears account is acting like T. Higgins isn't enough for the first round pick. That they'd also need another first round pick, our second rounder, and our first rounder next year.
Bengals
all for this year's first year pick. That we would.
Well, and we wouldn't even, or well, not we, you guys wouldn't even need it.
Exactly.
Like the Bengals, like I don't necessarily like. I mean, obviously, like you have issues with trying to sign people, and I get that. But like in the end, like what would you do with the first overall pick? Like you wouldn't get a quarterback. You don't need a quarterback. You don't need a wide receiver. You could use some O lineman help, but you can draft an O lineman like in the mid-late rounds and still be fine. So I don't think you would need a first overall pick. I don't even think there's any like top O lineman that should be even ranked in the first 4 picks. So like I think the best O lineman is projected to go at like 10 or 11. So like if anything, you should try to trade with one of those like mid picks, like a 12th, like a Patriots or something like that, or like somewhere around that range, because then maybe you could get like an O lineman. But even then, like it's just like, what would you do? Like it makes sense for like a team to trade up, like, you know, like I don't know, like the Colts or something, or like somebody that needs a quarterback that doesn't already have the first overall pick. Like, you know, like maybe if Houston wants to move up a spot because they think this one quarterback is better than the other, or I don't know I don't know. I haven't really looked at mock drafts yet, but like, I mean, there's so many other options that they could go that Cincinnati would not benefit from that, in my opinion. I mean, it would benefit. The only thing it would, well, not only that, but I think if anything, it would benefit a Madden franchise more than it would benefit a real team. So, because that's something I would do in Madden, where I'd be like, oh yeah, I'll trade away all my players that I can't sign for some first round picks. And then I get like some fresh studs, and then I just continue to be a dominant team for the rest of my life. But like in real life, that's not how it works, because then you have to worry about boom or bust, and Madden you don't. Mm-hmm. So like, I don't know.
Yeah, the only way I see us trading up is if like we trade Joe Mixon for a spot and then draft Bijan Robinson,
which could be realistic, but I still think you guys are going to try to run with whatever his name is. I still think you guys are, I mean, if it's not Joe, I think you guys are definitely going to run with P. Ryan.
Right, but so. I mean, P. Ryan's the same age as Joe.
Yeah, but like that's like if one wants more than the other,
Right, but I
like,
mean,
you could let one go.
I'd rather. We need to develop a guy too.
Then pick up a guy just in the 4th round or something.
Yeah,
Some of the really good running backs are not first rounders.
I know, but Bijan Robinson looks good.
Yeah, and it's
We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see. I'm not.
it's a tough pick. I would totally go 2nd or 3rd round if you wanted a running back to develop, but I wouldn't go 1st round, man. I
We'll
just
see.
I
We'll
don't
see
think
what happens.
that's-
I don't think the Bengals will do that. I'm just saying if they're to trade someone,
Who do you think the Bengals are even going to go for in the draft? Like at
probably
least
an
in the 1st
O-lineman.
round.
If they stay where
O-lineman?
they're at, an O lineman,
Okay.
because we need an O lineman, probably a safety at some point, because Jesse Bates is likely not going to come back, and I don't really trust Dax Hill yet.
And Jesse Bates was a strong safety or a free safety?
I think he was our free safety.
Okay, well
I
then
think Von Bell
please stay
plays
away. Stay away from Jordan Battle.
strong.
Stay away from Jordan Battle.
You mean
Thank you.
Cincinnati Bengals legend Jordan Battle?
No.
Sounds like he's coming.
Alabama legend Jordan Battle. Eddie's friend Jordan Battle. Stay away from Jordan Battle. I do not want to buy a Bengals jersey.
Cincinnati Bengals with the 29th pick in the NFL draft select Jordan Battle out of Alabama.
I might actually cause a riot.
I now know who I am advocating for the Bengals to draft.
You have to look up Jordan Battle before, because you say you like to watch film on these
I
players.
do,
So
but that's
so
true. But let's.
I do like Jordan Battle, though. He is projected to go somewhere between the 1st and 2nd round. So it's where he is projected right now.
Oh, this dude
don't
looks
know if-
cool. This dude looks cool. Yeah,
You just looked at him.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, where is he projected right now? I want to look, because I kind of am curious now, because I want to see where these mock drafts have him. That's not. I don't know. Hold on. Stay tuned. Do you have any other ramble that you want to do about Jordan Battle, or?
No, I'm actually gonna see if Jesse Bates is a free safety. I should know this, but right now I can't remember. I think he.
Oh my gosh, this sucks. These mock drafts literally. Okay, so the mock drafts right now for 2023 for Jordan
Jesse's
Battle
a free
go.
safety.
Okay, so these are Jordan Battle's projections. Okay, listen. Okay,
Okay.
Bengals, Eagles, Bengals, Chiefs, Jets, Eagles, Cowboys, Eagles, Chiefs, Cowboys, Jets, Seahawks, which I really want that to happen. Chargers, Eagles, and then I think there's like multiple more lists, but this one also has the Bengals in it.
He's not going to the Seahawks.
The Seahawks definitely could use some safety
He's
help.
not going to the Seahawks. He's a Bengal, man. What you need to root for is you need to root for the Bengals to sign C.J. Gardner-Johnson in free agency. And then maybe Jordan Battle will go to the Eagles.
No.
Would you rather him go to the Eagles or the Bengals?
Who?
Jordan Battle.
Eagles.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You need to root for the Bengals to sign C.J. Gardner-Johnson, who I believe is a free agent.
I think he is. As of right now, he hasn't been signed yet.
In free agency. Well, yeah, because the Super Bowl. So, Bengals sign him, and then Jordan Battle goes to the Eagles to fill his spot. That's what you need to be rooting for.
All right. 3 minutes ago, Steelers are projected to mock draft offensive tackle,
No,
and then a linebacker,
Nah.
and then a defensive tackle,
we're getting
and
it all.
then-
We need a left tackle.
and then a safety, another potential offensive tackle. I don't know if we have 3 first-round picks. These are just okay, and then we have cornerback, edge, tight end, which would make no sense at all. Linebacker.
Kenny Pickett
we don't-
sucks. We're replacing him. That's what Mike Tomlin just tweeted.
L ratio, not true. He didn't say that.
Yeah, you're
I
right,
just
he didn't.
checked.
He didn't say that. You had to check. You had to fact check that.
No, I did just L ratio. That's all I gave you. No, I think Mike Tomlin likes Kenny. I think the team kind of likes Kenny as well. So just see how this year goes, next year or two, and if he doesn't produce to the magnitude that he's supposed to, then they might give up on him. But we'll see.
We're gonna
I mean,
get a
9-8's still pretty okay.
We're gonna get a left tackle. We're gonna be fine.
We already know we're getting tackles. We need O lineman help. We really do, because I think Najee has not been able to produce to his maximum capacity.
You
yet.
need O lineman help. You need O lineman. Did you see the first quarter of the Chiefs game?
Yeah, well then maybe if the Bengals were so worried about their offensive tackles, they would stay away from free safety Jordan Battle.
We will. Well, we won't.
Go get an offensive tackle instead of a free safety, and then go draft a free safety in the second round or go sign one.
No, we're gonna get an offensive tackle in the first round. We're gonna sign C.J. Gardner-Johnson in free agency, and then
and then let Jordan Battle walk, and then let Jordan Battle.
He'll go to the Eagles.
And then I will be pleased, and I will buy a Jordan Battle Eagles jersey. I refuse to buy a Jordan Battle Patriots, Ravens, Bengals, or Browns jersey. Cowboys is kind of up in the air, but those are my 4 no's, except maybe Jordan Addison for the Patriots, because Jordan Addison, former Pitt legend before he went to USC and betrayed Pitt, still all love for Jordan Addison, but Jordan Addison is projected to go. He is projected to go early. So he's projected to either go to Houston, Green Bay, Buffalo, Seattle, Carolina, Chargers, Chiefs, and then it goes Patriots, Houston, Vikings, Patriots, Seattle, Minnesota, or Dallas. A lot of Houstons, a lot of Houstons. So, because that's really the only team that really needs a stud wide receiver like Jordan Addison. So, Houston Texans legend Jordan Addison. I'm looking for the 2 Jordans in the draft.
Well, okay. That this is kind of prequel of what the offseason will be like. Us mock drafting people and Chus being obsessed with 2 random guys that he drafted in Madden 5 years ago.
Jordan Addison was a Pitt wide receiver when they won the ACC championship in 2021.
And
he's not a random wide receiver.
Or not. I didn't even mean to say wide receiver, but there's just random guys that you.
I like Jordan Addison because he played for Pitt.
Okay, why do you like Jordan
a part
Battle?
of the. Because I drafted him in Madden.
Okay.
but also because Eddie also said that he knew him, so which
Eddie,
I think is really cool.
Eddie who?
Eddie from school.
Oh, my Eddie?
Yeah.
Oh,
he
Eddie
played,
knows everyone. He went to high school with the Bosas.
I know, but they played on the same basketball team at Thomas Aquinas or whatever.
Yeah, Eddie knows everyone.
So I felt like he knew him, and like there was just this whole conversation. And if Eddie is watching, he's a freaking legend. Me and him actually texted about Jordan Battle like a month or 2 ago because he declared draft in December. But it's kind of funny because I was sitting in the car. I was with Eddie, and I was with somebody else. I don't remember who it was, but it was like 3 or 4 of us in the car, and we're talking. He was like, "Oh yeah, you're big into college football," and I'm like, "Yeah, I am." And he was like, "Yeah, I know a couple ones that are in college right now. Do you?" And the first person he named off was, "Do you know Jordan Battle?" And I literally like flipped out in my car. I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Because this dude, like me and my friend made this big deal out of Madden because we actually did like a 2023 projected draft, which Jordan Battle was in. We drafted him on Madden 20, and I drafted him to the Seahawks. That's why I kind of want him to go to the Seahawks. Because I have a shirt. It's not number accurate because Madden screwed it up. So now my Seattle Seahawks shirt is 21 and Jordan Battle is like not 21. I believe he's 9. So it's a little off on the numbers, but also I had a number 9 on the team. Long story short, I made this big deal about Jordan Battle because in the Super Bowl that I went to the following year, I got a pick 6. It was a 101-yard pick 6 with Jordan Battle. And from there on out, he was the stud of everything. He was like a 98 overall. And he always shut down my friend Connor, who was obsessed with he liked Kyle Hamilton. He had Kyle Hamilton on his team, who is now playing for who no longer plays for Notre Dame. He plays for the Ravens. But it was Kyle Hamilton. There was another guy, and then some fake running back named Will Baptist that was just auto-generated. But there was another guy. I just don't remember his name right now. But yeah, there was a lot of fun Madden moments that we had back in Madden 20 during COVID. But Jordan, and I have a shirt where me and him are both wearing Will Baptist and Jordan Battle shirts. So, but I've always been a big advocate for Jordan Battle. I started following him after Madden, And oh, Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels was the other one. He's an LSU quarterback now. Jaden Daniels, and the other wide receiver I had was a Tennessee Volunteer, which is Brew McCoy. I had him, but at the time I couldn't start him, and he was developing too good. But the problem was I had Brandon Cooks, Tyler Lockett, and DK Metcalf for the Seahawks, so I had to let Brew McCoy walk because they were all like above 90s, and Brew McCoy was just kind of slow in Madden for some reason, even though he's like a dog and fast as crap in real life. But yeah, Jane Daniels, Brew McCoy, Kyle Hamilton, Jordan Battle, they were just all legends. Never will forget them. Except Kyle Hamilton. I was going to get his jersey because he plays for Baltimore. So sorry, Kyle. I'm not buying your jersey unless you move somewhere else. That isn't an AFC North or the Patriots.
So I can't wait for the Bengals. You've really made me change my mind. I think in the first round, the Bengals need to go for this guy, Jordan.
I might actually cry if Jordan Battle goes to the Bengals.
Well,
I might like, and you know, the meme back from like 7 years ago where it's like blank, blank, blank is punching the air right now.
mm-hmm.
That'll be me. I'll be punching the air.
You'll live.
Yeah, Steelers fans punching the air right now because they didn't get Jordan Battle. Even though most people don't even want Jordan Battle, they want their O-line help. But
Well,
I would
okay,
love Jordan
fine,
Battle.
fine.
Love Jordan Battle.
We get Minka. You guys
No.
get Jordan Battle.
See, and that's the thing, though. I know the Steelers would never get Jordan Battle because we already have free safety Minka, and Jordan Battle's a free safety, and he wouldn't play good at strong. So
Yeah,
we still have
so-
Edmund brothers.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
but so he shouldn't go to the Bengals, though. He should go anywhere else.
Except
The
the Ravens.
Seahawks, or the Browns. You can't go to the Browns either. We don't want him in the Browns or the Ravens.
Are you done?
Oh, that would be cool though. Jordan Battle and Kyle Hamilton in Baltimore. That would be kind of neat. I'm not opposed to that though.
I called this episode just hanging out, and in the description I put Chus talking about why he's obsessed with random players in the upcoming draft.
It's so stupid, but whatever.
But it's
I mean,
true.
hey man,
It's true.
I know, but I do like a lot of random players, but there's reasons behind them, and most of them have to do with Madden.
Well, that's why you listen
So-
to the episodes, so that you know.
Yes,
But
but
I think,
and I'm hoping for more Madden history as time goes on. I'll keep you posted. Me and my friend haven't played Madden in a while, so when we start playing Madden again, currently we have a franchise going. I'm gonna text him and ask him when we can play again. But we've been playing a lot of other games. But I would love to redo Madden so that we could get mad at each other like we used to back in high school and start idolizing random players that we draft off the 2024, 2025, and 2026 ballots. And then from there can be like, oh yeah, super big this guy or super big on this guy. So
if you're listening right now and you're thinking, wow, these guys have no structure to their show, it's because we don't. This is just a conversation between two guys that we're letting you listen to. And I hope you enjoyed. I think that Chus said he had to go DoorDash, though, at some point.
yeah, I mean, the episode's already almost pushing 40 minutes
Yeah,
and
we're
we're
good.
kind of running
We
out of
good.
time.
Dude, there's no NFL news. Pro Bowl sucks.
I'm not watching the Pro Bowl.
Sean
I mean,
Payton's in Denver. Zach Wilson's still with the Jets. There's like nothing right now. I'm rooting against the Eagles because I want you to have to do the combine with me. That's literally my only reason. So go Chiefs.
Fly, Eagles, fly. We'll talk about that later this week, though.
Yeah, we will. But
And I'll
breaking
even
news,
sing.
Josh
I'll
is-
even sing. What? Josh is a Chiefs fan.
Breaking news: Josh has decided he's rooting for the Chiefs, but only so that Chus is miserable.
Breaking news. Chus on Friday or Chus on the episode right before the Super Bowl is going to sing the entire "Fly Eagles Fly" fight song on the show so everybody can listen. Because Eagles fly. I just really want Gardner Minshew to
You
get
know
his
what
ring.
I can do when you start
I
doing
want
that?
Minshew.
I can do this. Yeah, you're talking and no one can hear you because I have the power. I can cut you off. See?
I haven't said anything.
Well, yeah, you were talking.
Whatever. If
You
you
were
really want to
talking-
cut me off that bad, then you can. but it'll be funny because it'll be
Maybe I'll just play this the entire time.
that was really loud. Hey, listen, you can cut me off, but it'll just be like the Chus's pipe bomb. You should let me go on a rant one day and cut off my audio, and I can pull CM Punk back in 2011.
I don't know what that means.
Look up. It's a wrestling term. You know, Hardy would approve. Pittsburgh
Okay.
Steelers, Eagles, every freaking team that's ever gone to a freaking WWE event would understand. There was a wrestler back in 2011 who also was in UFC named CM Punk that went off script and then, well, supposedly off script, sat on the stage while John Cena was like laying in the ring through a broken table, ranted for about 10 minutes until the point where he was like, I think this company will be better after Vince McMahon's dead. And and then he starts talking about the Be a Star program, which was about bullying. It was about a bullying prevention campaign,
Mhm.
and he was about to start it, and then they cut off his mic, and then he started screaming into the camera. So I was like, you can let me go on a rant, and then cut me off, and then me scream.
Okay. That is all for today's show. This has been an unstructured conversation with Josh and Chus on a Sunday afternoon. If you enjoyed the show, please, I don't know why. Maybe you just enjoy listening to two guys talk, and that's what this was. So if you did enjoy the show, give it a rating, give us feedback, share it with your friends. Follow us on Facebook, or not Facebook, YouTube at No Butts Show. Follow me on Twitter at Josh_Butts_2001. And the email is bullnewspodcast2@gmail.com. We're still working on getting content up for No Butts About It on YouTube, but there is a channel now. It does exist. And I spent a long time working on the banner. So go subscribe. That'd be cool. Chus is nodding in agreement. Hope everyone has a great weekend, and I hope everyone has a great week. We'll hopefully see you tomorrow.